afternoon, everyone. So welcome to the last IAM lab session. Great to see you all here. And in this session, we'll be working on securing a B2B application. So if you are working in an organization that work with different relationships with other organizations like your enterprise customers, partners, and so on, this is a crucial area to understand. In the session today, we will cover what is B2B CIAM and why it really matters. And we'll see what are the challenges and requirements in building B2B applications. And then we'll see how WSO2 is addressing these challenges with our demonstration setup. In this demonstration setup, we'll implement a sample use case using Next.js application and Asgardeo. Finally, going with the AI trends, we'll see how business can provide the AI agent as a service. So this is the source code repository for our sample application. Feel free to download it and interact with us. So it has all the instructions needed to set up this sample application. So I'm sure most of you have seen these screens somewhere during your career. So the first screen is for inviting users for a GitHub organizations, and the second one is if you have used Zoom in your organization, you should have seen the second screen. And if you are using Microsoft Suite in your organization, you should have seen the third screen. And finally, if you have used Slack, you should have seen the final screen. So what do all of them have in common? So all of them do follow some sort of B2B business model. So B2B business is selling their products and services to other organizations or other businesses rather than selling them to individual direct end users. So B2B identity access management or B2B IAM enables these organizations to provide secure access to these platforms for for external organizations, partners, or other external some sort of organization they want to interact with. So when we talk about customer identity and access management, we have two main areas. First one is the B2C, and the other one is B2B. So B2C mainly talk about securing the identities of end consumer users, and on the other hand, B2B mainly talk about securing user identities of your business customers. So in our previous session, we already covered this B2C area, and we are going to focus on this B2B area in this session. So now let's see why we really need B2B CIAM. So let's say there is a B2B SaaS provider. In this SaaS provider, they have platform administrators who manage this platform. And they have customers which are other organizations, like this customer A and B. And within these customers, they have their administrators and users like employees. And so we need to think how to provide secure access to these users to consume this platform. So it can go into more complicated situations as well. So you will have resellers who resell this SaaS solution to their own customers, and they will have their customers like X and Y. And within those organizations as well, they will have customer administrators and the other employees and other users. So in a B2B business, there are different levels of organizations and entities in this hierarchy. So this is why we need to focus on B2B CIAM. When a business is implementing A B2B solution, there are several important requirements and challenges we have seen. So, as I mentioned earlier, there are different relationships in a B2B business. So, for example, if you take the relationship with the B2B provider and the customer A and B, it's one type of relationship. And if you take B2B provider and the reseller, there is a different type of relationship. And if you take B2B provider and the customer X and Y, there is another type of relationship. So based on the business requirements the B2B business is having, this solution should be able to model any of these relationship categories. There are different types of administrators in the system. So for example, first we have the platform administrator who can manage the platform, and that platform administrator should be able to onboard their direct customers like the customer organization A and B. And within these customer organizations, they have the customer administrator who should get the permissions to manage the resources within that organization. And we have the reseller admin who should get the access to manage the organizations within that reseller organization. And they should be able to onboard these customer organizations X and Y, and should be able to delegate the permission to manage the resources within that organization to that customer admin in that organization. So having delegated administration built with different levels is an important factor we need to consider in building a B2B solution. Sometimes this platform administrator might want to go inside the organization to manage the resources within that organization, or there are sometimes support service agents that need to go into an organization and troubleshoot the issue. So considering these kind of requirements, accessing multiple organizations with a single user identity also has become an important requirement in B2B domain. And most of the time, customers will want to have custom login journeys per organization based on their internal business requirements, business procedures. So sometimes they want to have multi-factor authentication in their organization based on their preferred authentication factors like SMS OTP, maybe email OTP, maybe passkeys, and so on. So the system should be able to cater to such requirements as well. If you take a large enterprise, they have their own internal identity provider that will manage the user or employee identities of that organization. So if such organization is consuming these SaaS solutions, so they want to plug their enterprise identity provider rather than directly creating the user accounts within this application itself for the users to seamlessly log in. So this helps those businesses to streamline their business operations in provisioning and deprovisioning their employee user accounts. They will need to brand this application interfaces as well as the login journeys to match their corporate branding to provide a seamless and unified user experience for their employees. So a business will develop a set of features that will be bundled into one or more applications that they will be selling with their subscriptions. So based on the customer demand, customer requirements, they will receive access to one or more applications from this suite. Or sometimes they will get access to a subset of features within these applications as well. So we see there are two main ways to model feature subscriptions. So first one is selectively, bundling the feature subscription with a subset of applications. So selectively sharing the applications within the sub-organizations is important way to model feature subscriptions in a B2B business. And the other way to model subscription is to bundle the features within the applications to these feature categories. So since most of the time features are bundled with the permissions or roles that can perform these capabilities, selectively sharing the roles within with sub-organizations is also important way to implement such subscription models. So now we saw a few important features that a B2B business will require when they implement such solution. So now let's see how WSO2 can help in implementing such capabilities. And I'll invite my colleague Anuradha to explain the solution we are going to build and continue with the implementation.
So Maduranga walked us through the fundamental concepts of B2B IAM. So I hope now you have a good understanding about what is B2B IAM and why B2B IAM is required. So before dive in, can I have a show of hand if there anyone among us who develop a B2B application? Cool, there are a few. And also, I think you will get more context from here how IAM concept attached with your B2B applications. To make it more simpler, I will get a sample use case which is matched with the real world example. So we are going to talk about an enterprise called TeamSpace. It is a video conferencing solution providing organization which provides their service to different other businesses, not to direct individual customer. As you can see here, WorkLink, Alight Solution, Nora are some customers who want to consume TeamSpace video conferencing solution. So they have set of business requirements to satisfy. The very first thing is TeamSpace is an organization and WorkLink, Alight Solution, Nora is some set of organization. We need to model the relationship between these two, TeamSpace and other set of organization, in the identity platforms as well. That is the first thing. Then second thing is, when TeamSpace go live, in the early stages, they could kind of manually onboard each organization who wants to consume their service manually through a back office task. But that is not scalable enough when TeamSpace is going bigger and bigger. So they want to give a self-sign-up portal to self-register each of such customer. That is the second requirement. Third one is, once these organizations are onboarded, TeamSpace admins can't go for each organizations and do administrative tasks for themselves. For example, admins of TeamSpace can't go to WorkLink and onboard all their users into this space, brand the application as per WorkLink, likewise. So such capabilities need to be delegated to each organization admins. So here, Tom will be onboarded as the admin of WorkLink. TeamSpace platform admins should be able to delegate administrative tasks to Tom. Then next one is TeamSpace also a business. They can't give all their features in free. So they have a subscription plan. This is their subscription plan. There are a set of features available in free tier, but in business tier and enterprise tier, through them, they will provide set of business level capabilities like whatever the meeting duration they can schedule get increased based on the payment other customers do. Then set of administrative tasks like personalize and change the look and feel of the TeamSpace level will be given basic configuration in the business tier. If someone purchased the enterprise tier, they have advanced capabilities. Also, bringing identity provider to their system is supported in enterprise tier. That is another business requirement they want to satisfy with Asgardeo. And finally, now we are in an AI era. Therefore, AI agents are doing a major role in every business. So TeamSpace also wants to use AI agents to efficiently allow users to schedule the meetings without users to fill out long forms. Users can give plain text saying, find out a possible free time slot for these users and schedule a meeting this time. So AI agents can do that work, but how secure they are? Can we guarantee that AI agents are acting as we expect? So those problems can be satisfied with Asgardeo. We have to provide IAM solution. So let's build these business requirements with Asgardeo. For our solution setup, we are dealing with these 4 entities mainly. We have an application, web app, called written in Next.js, and that application has 2 main business APIs. One is for meeting scheduling, another one is changing look and feel in the application end. And TeamSpace admins have selected Asgardeo as the identity provider. So let's see what happens when a user tries to access TeamSpace to schedule a meeting. Okay, right. Once you access TeamSpace application to schedule a meeting, TeamSpace will talk to Asgardeo and request authorization. Then, if there is no authenticated user session available, Asgardeo prompt user to give their credentials based on the configured login flow where that user is signing in. Then once user give the credentials, grant access, Asgardeo will provide a user token for the application. With that user token, application can invoke business APIs as well as Asgardeo API. So that is the solution setup we are going to do. So without any further ado, let's go to Asgardeo and see how to configure. As the very first thing, okay, from here onwards, let's wear a hat of, think that you are a platform administrator of TeamSpace. So you have made a choice to go with Asgardeo. The very first thing you have to do is sign up to Asgardeo. For that, you can go to sign up page, authenticate yourself with email and password option, or either choose Google, GitHub, or Microsoft. Then you will be prompted to give an organization name to secure a space for TeamSpace organization inside Asgardeo. Since it takes few time, and I'll use one of my already available organization to go with this demo. So I will go to sign in page and sign in as platform admin of TeamSpace. Ideally, this one should be like xyz@teamspace.com, but I don't have privilege enough to secure that domain. Therefore, I'm using my work email. So I'm getting landed to TeamSpace Enterprise. This is the B2B solution providers organization in Asgardeo. The next thing we have to do is, as the platform admin of TeamSpace, now you have built an application, you need to make it secure to that application, and Asgardeo need to communicate. For that, we have to register an application as first thing. There, we can go to new application, and we have given set of application types. Based on your application type, we can select a template. My one is a web application written in Next.js, so I'm picking this. What you have to give is very few inputs like application name, then protocol means we support OIDC and SAML protocol for the application communication with Asgardeo. My one is using O2 OpenID Connect protocol, so select that. Then we have to give an authorization redirect URL, which means after the user authentication, authorization code need to submit to this location of the application. Then most important configuration for B2B apps is allow sharing with organization. If we do not tick this particular application can be consumed only by the users in team space enterprise org only. But now we are getting few customer organizations. So we need to allow access of this application to other organizations. Therefore, we have to go with ticking this option. I'll go for the already configured application for this example. TeamSpace is my app. Let's go one by one from the protocol level. I'm using O2 protocol. So once I create application, I will get a client ID and secret. Those two need to be configured in the application side. Then as the grant types, I'm using 4 grant types mentioned here. Authorization code grant and refresh token grant is required for us to keep to get the user token and as well refresh it. Client credential is a grant type which we use to do machine-to-machine communication that is required to invoke some APIs of Asgardeo by application backend. Specifically, this is using the application sign-up portal. Let's see that. Then organization switch grant is something specific to B2B context. Once you get a token from TeamSpace enterprise org level, you can switch it with some of the customer organizations and scope the token privileges just that switched organization. So these are my callback URLs relevant to the created application. And one is related to submit the code, and other one is related to redirect user after logout. We will go into this callback URL in the AI agent part. After that, I'm picking JWT as the access token type for the application, and I request email to be present in the JWT always to represent who is the user logged in. That is pretty much it on protocol configuration. Then now we create an application, configure the protocol. Next step is my application wants to consume APIs. For that, APIs need to be represented in Asgardeo. You can go to resources, API resources section. You can find out whatever the APIs exposed by Asgardeo itself under these sections. If your business, now your TeamSpace admin, right? So if your application wants some business API, you have to create it from here. Give some identifier. Then my meeting API. Then we can give what are the scopes of that API. We have to add in this way and proceed with next. We'll register those APIs. I have created already the APIs required in this business application. Meeting API contains scopes of ability to view the meetings, create meetings, update and delete meetings. Then the API related to changing look and feel in the application end contains creating basic branding, creating advanced branding, and ability to update and delete branding. With that, the next thing is application wants to consume this API. For that, we have to go to application and go to API authorization. Then through this authorize API option, we need to authorize each API required for the application. Here I have authorized the required APIs already. For example, you can see that meeting service API is authorized with all the scopes. You can authorize with subset of scopes as well. Then in terms of Asgardeo APIs, let's say through this application, I want to give access for customer orgs admin to manage their user. For that, user management API of organization level is authorized with the relevant scopes. Right, now we create an application, authorized APIs as well. Then next thing is, I want to, as I mentioned, we had subscription plan. For that subscription plan, through that, we want to give relevant capabilities only if a user goes with particular subscription business or enterprise tier option. This application, I want to give the access to any customer org. Therefore, I'm going to model that subscription plan through roles. If you go to roles section here, right. Basically, I have two roles. One is team space admin, who has privileges to do basic stuff, I mean the free tier actions in that application level. So, for example, here in the identity provider API, I don't have given permission to create new identity providers. Then no personalization related API scopes are given to this team space admin. Team space user role is assigned to any of the user who is going to consume this application just to schedule meetings. This role contains only the scopes related to meeting service. Then other three roles like IDP manager, basic branding editor and advanced branding editor are three roles that we assign based on the subscription plan that each organization will subscribe to. So now I'll go to application and show how I have shared my application with other customer orgs. When it comes to application sharing, we have three options basically. We can keep not shared state. Then application can be shared with all the organization on board under team space enterprise, or else we can selectively share the application with few organizations. So I'll go with share this application with all orgs, but still I share only the roles related to free tier by everyone. So there are three more roles which can be assigned on demand based on the subscription that each organization will take. So that's okay, right. Then the last option, last thing we have to do in the application configuration is, once the app is shared, if you check on the login flow, there is a special thing called sign in with SSO. This is the option in login flow which matters in the or as the customer organization login. Let's see how it also works. Now, team space admin is happy. He configured everything. Right, one more thing. Then he configured all the application specific stuff, but then they want to have their application branding in the login pages as well. For that, need to go to branding section. He can either use branding AI feature or else manually configure their logos, colors, etc. from here. Right, that is done. Now they can go live and allow organizations to onboard. Let's see how application looks like. Right, this is our team space enterprise application. There, as I mentioned, so in the early stage, they could have onboard organizations as a back office task. If to do that, they could have go to admins of team space could have go to organization section and create organization through here. That is a manual process by team space admins. But now they have developed the self sign-up portal. this is how it looks like. There is a get started option. Now let's switch our hat to consume organization. Think that you are from an organization called Allied Solution. You found TeamSpace as a good solution for your company, and come into here, start with get started. What I have to give is Jack at allied.com, give a password. I give my login credentials as email and password, fill out my first name and last name, then give a name for my organization. Right. In next step, I'll go ahead with free tier to try out stuff. So with this underline application side, we can do something. In Asgardeo, we have to create an organization, onboard whoever the user provided information as admin of that custom organization, assign roles to them. Likewise, an organization will be spin up in the Asgardeo side. Right, sign up was successful. So let's check from Asgardeo now. Okay, earlier we had only WorkLink. Now Allied Solution has onboarded into system. Let's try to log in with that user. You can improve that sign-up flow as the requirement of the business requirements. I just show the basic steps. Once you go to the sign-in option, you will be prompted to give the organization name. This is one way of identifying the customer organization in the B2B application, but this is not the only way, and this is, we can see how we can improve in the later steps. Once the organization name is given, you will be redirected to the particular organization's login page. You can see in the URL, we are in another organization. So I sign up as jack at allied.com. Here I am giving credentials to my organization. So user will be authenticated from their Allied Solution organization level and onboard into the TeamSpace application level. He can do, so since he registered through TeamSpace, by default he will be assigning the TeamSpace admin role. If you check from here, these are the basic two roles available for this app, TeamSpace admin and TeamSpace user. And if you go to personalization, he doesn't have enough privilege to do personalization. The same thing applies here. He doesn't have enough privileges to come and bring their own identity provider. So let's see how they can onboard this, upgrade their subscription. For that part, I will go ahead with my organization already created as WorkLink. That also in the similar situation. And one more step thing. Here, earlier I showed we have to provide organization name in the login flow. But an organization can have a custom URL for their customer organization specific one. In this case, I have used it as putting the organization ID as the query parameter. But in a real world, it could be like if the TeamSpace is accessed as teamspace.com, WorkLink organization can get a subdomain as worklink.teamspace.com likewise. With this specific URL, we can identify to which organization the user have to redirect to. Let's see the sign in. In this time, I was not asked to give any organization name. Directly, I landed into the particular organization. In this case, Tom is the admin of WorkLink organization. I will log in as Tom. So Tom is also using free tier up until now. So these two are the roles available for him as well. He doesn't have privilege to do personalization and SSO. Let's see upgrading their plan to enterprise. With upgrading, we are saying that your subscription plan will be successfully upgraded, and this particular cost will be accounted to your credit card in the next billing cycle. So this can be integrated with, in this case, I haven't attached any credit card payment option. In actual application, we have to engage this as well. Let's try sign in again as the Tom. Sorry, I have used this. I will go ahead with giving organization name for that org as well. Right, let's see what are the roles now available for this org. Earlier we had only Teamspace admin and Teamspace user roles only. Now this organization got privilege of IDP manager and advanced branding editor roles too. That's what happened inside upgradation. Then if you go to the personalization view, you can see that capability. This app was governed based on scopes. Now you have the scopes to do that. Then now we have logged in as the Tom of WorkLink organization. They want to set up their organization fully and let their employees or customers to log in. So they would like to brand this application and the relevant login flows with WorkLink branding. For that, let's configure branding here. I will change the logo URL, then favicon as well, then change some primary color as well and update. Here itself, the application look and feel got changed. Let's see how it looks like for end user login. I'll show who is my end user. Okay, Tom was the admin of WorkLink, and Patrick at worklink.com is the end user of employee of WorkLink organization who is going to consume Teamspace now. He is directly accessing their WorkLink related specific URL of Teamspace, going to sign in, then right. Now the login page is also branded as per the WorkLink. Earlier this page was branded with Teamspace logos and colors. Now end user of WorkLink give credential and login to application space. He should be able to see that WorkLink related look and feel in the application itself. He can schedule meetings. He has already scheduled one meeting. From here again, tomorrow, sync up. Let's schedule a meeting. Okay. Likewise, they can utilize video conferencing meeting scheduling capability through that application. Now, Tom has to bring all their users into this space to work in that manner. Later, Tom thinks WorkLink has their own identity provider. They want to bring that identity provider and let those users to log into TeamSpace via that federated identity provider. For that, Tom can configure this thing in that TeamSpace application itself, but I'll show how that configuration can be done in WorkLink. As first thing, from connection level, we can go to create new connection and onboard some relevant enterprise identity provider through standard-based connection option. I have already created one for the WorkLink, which looks like this. In the settings section, it's most related to the protocol that used in IDP. It's also using OpenID. The special thing I want to show here is that external identity provider grouped out users as admins and users separately. So we have to configure those groups here. The objective here is once a user of WorkLink IDP who belongs to admin group logged in, we want to give the TeamSpace administration capability for them. If the user is belong to users group, that particular user should get TeamSpace normal user privileges. Let's see how that can be done. As the first thing, we need to change the application login option. From here, instead username and password, I will pick WorkLink IDP and save. Once that is done, go to roles. You can see TeamSpace admin role. I can assign groups to this. From IDP, this WorkLink IDP level, admin group is assigned to this role. It means whoever user login through WorkLink IDP with admin group will get privilege of TeamSpace admin. The same thing is done to TeamSpace user role. Here, we have assigned particular federated IDP's user group into this role. Now let's see what happened to the organization login flow. Let's try to sign in with WorkLink organization specific URL again. Earlier we got username and password option in the center of the page. Now it should redirect us to the external identity provider that we plugged. So I changed the branding to make it more understandable for you. This is a different identity provider. There also Patrick user is managed. So Patrick user will give access, credentials, submit credentials. After authenticating, user will be redirected to the particular application, particular organization. You can see that this is the same user. He earlier scheduled 2 meetings. Now he logged in through the federated IDP. Still, he can see their meetings that he scheduled. So that is pretty much about the TeamSpace work in terms of administrators and user logging. One important thing I have to mention again here is, now you saw in the TeamSpace application itself, admin privileges were also developed. But if that TeamSpace is some kind of startup and they want to just focus about their business APIs and business API related UI only through their solution, they can utilize our Asgardeo provided portal for that end customer organization admins. If you go to working space here under console settings, there is a specific URL which is applicable for the admins of WorkLink organization. Here I have assigned Tom into the administrator role. From here I can show you. This is console's administrator role. I can assign this Tom user into that role. Let's see how Tom can utilize this URL. So in the console itself, the WorkLink branded UI is given. So Tom can give their credential and login. So whatever the console functionality they have, Teamspace had implemented in their own business application could have exposed to the customer organization's admin through this console portal itself. That is the key advantage that Asgardeo provides to reduce the go-to-market time period for B2B startups. It seems there is a slowness in internet. While it's logging into the space now. Okay, you can see Tom is logged in to the workspace organization. So he could have done all these administrative tasks through this portal as well. As final thing, I can show one more thing of how organization discovery can be improved. You saw that in this application level, we could give an option to give organization name and discover the particular customer organization in the login flow, or else the second one was provide specific access URL for each organization. The other option is we can go ahead with resolve the user's organization based on their email domain. For that, Teamspace has to enable email-based organization discovery under here. There, you can enable email domain discovery, and what you have to do is select each customer organization and provide what is the email domain relevant to each customer organization. Once this is enabled, I have given worklink.com as the email domain for worklink customer org. Let's see how the login experience improved with this. This is the Teamspace app, B2B application provided by Teamspace. Starting from there, with sign in, earlier it requested to input organization name. Now it will be asking to input user organization email. So here I'll give Tom at worklink.com. Through that, work with the email domain, we discover what is the organization user need to navigate to. Then we are getting the relevant login options configured in that organization. From here, Tom can log into the application. That is pretty much it in B2B common requirements, common B2B requirements we see in the real world use case. This particular use case may map into your exact business requirements, but this is not the only way of modeling B2B. There are different set of favors. Some organization might not want to expose self-sign-up of organization. Some doesn't want to give delegated administration to others. And the way, in this case, I managed all the admins and their employees inside each organization, but that also may not be the case. Maybe admins want to be managed in the team space level, and other customers go to organization. Likewise, different flavors are there. What Asgardeo does is give a unique set of features that can build your exact B2B requirement. So with that, we can conclude the demo of common B2B requirements. As I said earlier, in the business requirement, they have a use case of securing their AI agents to be utilized in TeamSpace. So I'll hand over to Maduranga to dive in through that area and conclude our session.
Going with the AI trend, B2B businesses will want to provide AI agents as a service along with their B2B application suite. So we'll see how to implement such a use case from the perspective of the identity management side on how to do that. So we'll be continuing with the TeamSpace example we already built. So TeamSpace want to provide a AI agent as a AI agent assistant to be able for the users to be able to easily schedule the meetings. So now the users can instruct the agent to schedule the meetings in natural language. And once it is done, it will first authenticate as the agent with the credentials created for that agent. I'll explain how that credential is done in a later time. And then it will receive this agent token. So if the agent is autonomous or hybrid, so agent can use this token to do any work as the agent using this token. And in our example, the functionality is actually done as the user on behalf of the user by the agent. So now agent need to get the authorization from the user to perform this task. So it will then initiate authorization request to authorize on behalf of the user. And once the user grants the access, it will receive a token on behalf of the user. So this is done through the auth token exchange delegation semantics. So we'll see more details about that later. So once the agent receives this token, it can invoke the meetings API on behalf of the user using that token. So we'll see the demo. We need to go to the Asgardeo as the TeamSpace admin. And so we need to create an AI agent. So we need to go into this agents menu and create an agent. So what we need to do is provide a name. So I'll use TeamSpace agent. So since I already have a agent created, I'll use TeamSpace agent 2, and I'll show you what happens. So now we get a agent ID and the agent secret. So this is the credential of the agent itself. So that is the credential that agent initially used to get that agent token. So so this credential needs to be shared with the agent for it to be authenticated. And so there are a few more configurations we need to do. So I'll go to the application we initially created. Now we need to enable app native authentication because to get the agent token, it's using this app native authentication APIs because we don't need to have redirection based flows. And we need to add this callback. This is the callback the agent is using when the authorization happens on behalf of the user. The second arrow that the agent and the, I'll show it to you. So this, So this third point, you can see. So this is the authorization redirect callback for this particular flow. And so we have already enabled JWT access token and requested the email. Now these are all the configurations we need to do in the Asgardeo side. I'll now log in as I'll go to the Teamspace application. We'll log in as the Patrick user. So the application has this AI agent chat box, and I'll open that and I'll type a message. I don't want to type it now. So I'll show you what this message has. So it's basically asking to schedule a meeting for tomorrow 3 p.m. IST with topic team meeting for 2 hours. I'll explain what happens underneath when I go through this flow. So now when I send this send button, let's see what happens. So now I got a meeting preview that the agent is going to create and a confirmation button. So by this time, agent used the credentials I created and authenticated itself and got the agent token. And then it generated this confirmation link, which will initiate the authorization code flow that let it receive the token on behalf of the user. So when I click this, since I'm already authenticated, I will not see anything. So if you need to have consents, so this is the place that can be implemented. Since this is like a simple use case, I didn't implement any consent flows. Now the agent received the authorization code, and it exchanged that with the Asgardeo to receive the token on behalf of me. So that's done through the auth2 token exchange delegation semantics. So now using that token, it created this meeting by calling the meetings API. If I go to the meetings list, we can see a difference between the previously created meeting and this one. So it says the meeting is created by the Teamspace agent on behalf of the user. So this is made possible with the token exchange I explained previously. So it has the user who acted on behalf of this Patrick user. So this can be used to implement any backend validations, auditing, or any kind of improvements we need to improve to the flow. So as example, we just show this. It's created by the agent. So this is a very simple use case we implemented, but don't be restricted by this simplicity to implement your complex use cases. That's what we wanted to show in this demonstration. Before we go into the questions, I want to remind that there are 6 sessions in the IAM track tomorrow. Geetika, our head of IAMBU, will talk about the state of WSO2 IAM, and Omidu will be talking about CIAM, and Johan will be talking in depth about B2B, and Janak will be talking about the auth-related specifications, and Ayesha will be talking about IAM side of the AI agents, and finally we have a customer side.